Hey guys, we're doing math class right now, so turn to page 273 and 274 in your math book. On 273, I'm going to go through and tell you which ones you need to do in your math book, so go ahead and make sure you circle these problems. Page 273, number 1, we're doing letter B, letter C, letter E, F, and G. So we're kind of going a little bit out of order there. Number 2, just letter B. We're going to skip number 3, and that's all of page 273. Turn over to page 274. 274, number 4, just letter B. Number 5, number 6, and number 7 all need to be circled. We're not going to do number 8. We're not going to do number 9. Look at the homework. I don't want you to worry about doing number 1, but I do want you to go ahead and do number 2. Let's go ahead and do the story problem on page 273. 273, number 2, letter B. How much would 3 yards of lumber cost if each foot costs $3.75? Well, I have 3 yards of lumber, and it says how much would it cost if each, or how much would that cost? How much would 3 yards of lumber cost if each foot was $3.75, so I can't measure this in yards. I need to measure this in feet, and then I need to figure out how much it would cost if it was that many feet. So we need to convert this from yards to feet. So go ahead and write it like that in your books. 3 yards equals how many feet? And you notice we don't have anything in front of this. We just need to figure out how many feet this many yards is. So underneath this, write blank feet equals blank feet. Go ahead and do that. And box 3 yards and that blank feet. And put steps 1, 2, and 3 underneath this. So we have steps 1, 2, and 3. We have larger to smaller, we multiply. Smaller to larger, we divide. So we're going from yards to feet. We're going from yards to feet. Which one is bigger, a yard or a foot? A yard or a foot? Right, a yard is larger, very much so. So a yard is larger than a foot, so we're going from larger to smaller, so we're going to do what? Right, we're going to multiply. That's what this X is for, it's for multiplying. So multiply, yards to feet, larger to smaller, multiply. Step 2, my special number. How many feet are in a yard? How many feet are in a yard? Right, 3. So 3 is my special number. So I'm going to say 3 yards in blank feet. I have this 3 in my box up here times 3. We're going to do that. 3 times 3 equals, well, it equals 9. So 9 is going to go in my blank right here. So 3 yards is 9 feet. And 9 feet equals 9 feet, and 3 yards equals 9 feet. Now I need to take this 9 feet and multiply it by how much it costs per foot. And each foot is how much? $3.75 is how much 1 foot costs. So I have 9 feet, okay, per foot or each foot. That's going to tell me that I'm going to be doing what? Per or each. Clue words tell me I'm going to do what? Add, subtract, multiply, or divide. Right, we're going to multiply. Oops. And we're doing it by 9 because we have 9 feet. 9 times 5 is 45. 9 times 7 is 63 plus 4 is 67. 9 times 3 is 27 plus 6, 33. Put that dollar sign down there, and I have 1, 2, 1, 2. Make sure that's all good. And my answer is $33.75. Like I said earlier, I'm not going to work through number 1 with you. Number 2, we just did on the board. Number 3, we're just skipping. So turn over to the next page, 274. Number 4, letter B. We're going to do that one together. If you look at the instructions on number 4, it says to divide. It not only says that, it says write the remainder as a fraction. So we're probably going to end up having a remainder right here, and then they want us to check when we're done. I'm not going to do the check with you. I want you to do the check on your own. I think you can do that. So we're going to start here. We have my steps: divide, multiply, subtract, compare, bring down. So let's do that. Divide is first. 9 into 5. Well, we know that's going to be 0. 0 is up here, so we can do a shortcut. 9 will go into 59. Well, if I try 5 times 9 is 45. I think that's going to be too small. So let's try 6. 6 times 6 is 36. 6 times 7 is 42. 6 times 8 is 48. 6 times 9 is 54. So I think that one will work here. So we'll put 6 up here. And we said 6 times 9 is 54. Subtract. 9 minus 4 is 5. And 5 minus 5 is 0. 5 is smaller than 9. So we're going to bring down that 7. 9 will go into 57. How many times? I know that 6 times 9 is 54. We just did that down here. And I think 9 will go into 57 that many times. So let's try 6 again. 6 times 9, like we just said, 54. Subtract. 7 minus 4 is 3. And 5 minus 5 is 0. And 3 is smaller than 9. Carry down the 6. Now I have 36. 36. How many times will 9 go into 36? If I try 3, that would be 27. I think that would be too small. So let's try 4. 4 times 9 is, we'll count by 4s. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36. That will actually go in very much evenly. 4 times 9 is 36. Subtracted. 36 minus 36 is 0. And it really, I'm surprised. I thought this one would come out with a remainder because the instructions said, but I guess letter A was going to have a remainder, but this one, not so much. So we have no remainder, so we don't have to put anything here. Go ahead and check this one when you have the answer written down correctly, and make sure that your answer checks out. Number 5, we're just doing Roman numerals. I'm not going to do that one on the board. Number 6, we're rounding to the nearest dollar. A lot of you indicated that you were doing well with that, so I'm not going to do that one on the board either. Number 7, we are reducing fractions to the lowest terms. I put another video on RunWeb going a little bit further into detail about how we are reducing fractions to lowest terms. A lot of you said that you were struggling with that, so I'll do one on the board, and then I want you to do the rest on your own. And then, like we said earlier, number 8, number 9, we're not going to worry about it, and number 2 in the homework section at the bottom of the page, I want you to do that on your own. So let's go ahead and do number 7, letter A on the board very quickly. This is our problem right here, 6/10. We need to reduce that one. Let's go ahead and copy down that 6/10. 6 over 10. And we're reducing, so I automatically know we're dividing. Okay, if I were to take 6 and 10, if I were to do that same thing that I did before on that video, I know that I need to take my factors. What can I multiply to get to 6? What can I multiply to get to 10? I know 1 times 6 is 6. I know I can do 2. 2 times 3 is 6. 3, I can do 3. 3 times 2 is 6, like we just said. 4, I can't multiply anything by 4 to get to 6. 5, no. 6, well, like we said earlier, 6 times 1 is 6. And something that might help you in the numerator, whatever your smaller number is in your numerator, this number, you're never going to find a number bigger than that number. So I'm never going to say, well, 6 over 10, maybe I can use 10 to divide 10 over 10. No. It's never going to be bigger than your smallest number, which would be in your numerator, of course. So let's look down at 10, find my factors for 10. I know 1 can be divided into 10. 1 times 10 is 10. 2 times 5 is 10, so 2 will work. 3, I can't multiply by 3 to get to 10. 4, I can't multiply by 4 to get to 10. 5, I can multiply by 5 and get to 10, so 5 times 2 is 10. So I write that down there. 6, no. 7, no. 8, no. 9, no. 10, well, 10 times 1 is 10, so I will say that 10 is a factor of 10. I have my factors right here. This is my factors for 6. This is my factors for 10. So I need to find my biggest factor that is common to both of these numbers. So which number is on the top and on the bottom and is the largest on both sides? Okay, I have 6 and 10, they're not the same. 3 and 5, they're not the same. 2 and 2, they're the same. So 2 and 2. So I'm going to do 6 over 10 divided by 2 over 2. So go ahead and do that. Divide across the top, divide across the bottom. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 10 divided by 2 is 5. And that's my answer, 3 over fifths. Keep in mind, you will be seeing problems like this on the test, so make sure that you're really, really good at these. I want to see those of you that struggled with it on the last test, I really want to see you improve from the last time. So make sure that we are being very, very careful with these problems. Make sure that we're doing a good job, and make sure when you are doing these problems, reducing your fractions, your answer is going to be a fraction. It's not going to be a 3 or a 5 or 1 3/5. It will be just a fraction because we're reducing.